So we've just had a 40-foot container delivered to us from Furniture Village, full of dining furniture and sofas. We paid about 15 grand for this load, so we're going to crack on, QC'ing it, we'll get it photographed and we'll get selling. Let's see what we've got.
So we also get some that's labelled X stock. That means X and cancelled orders. So this is obviously all stuff from the big retailers made to order. So they order it in store. It'll take about 12 weeks to get to them. During that period, they might change their mind, house sale falls through, something happens, which means they can't take it anymore. So they cancel their order. They probably paid, lost a fee, like the deposit. It's still made, so they've got to get rid of it, send it to us.
I'm really happy with what's come in. All the sofas, we've got really good sellers, a lot of them in sets as well, which is usually what we need. We don't really want to have individual sofas, they're much harder to sell. I think the dining furniture looks pretty good. It looks like there's a few little nicks on some of the legs on the chairs. However, from what I've seen, it's nothing that we can't take care of ourselves.
I like how small it is. It's not as rammed as it usually is.
Yeah.
Better taken care of.
Yeah.
Dining tables look nice. Obviously, some of them a bit expensive. We've got to quality check some of the damage on them.
Yeah.
Make sure we're paying the right price for that damage.
Yeah. So we're going to we'll quality check the tables now this afternoon. Make sure we're all happy with this.
After the supplier issue, why are they working with us again?
We found common ground. We want to do business together going forward. They've got really good stock. You know, we like to take a lot of gear off them, so certainly works for both of us that we do use them going forward. Obviously, I'll be dealing with them on a day-to-day basis, so I think everyone's happy on that end.
On a slight business issue, obviously, we'd gone down to 7-day payment terms.
Previously, when we were getting the Furniture Village stock, we were on 14-day payment terms. So it did give us a little bit of flexibility when we had loads of stock in terms of how quick we saw to it, how quick we QC'd it, and how quick we essentially got it on the website to sell. Now, unfortunately, we've had to go down to 7 days due to the demands of the supplier. You know, I think with a lot of our other customers shouldn't give payment terms, so the fact that she's given us 7 is great. It just means that straight away. Yeah, well, first of all, we'll take smaller loads. You know, we don't want a large amount of cash out the bank for too long. Great thing is, because it's a small load as well, it's obviously really quick to process, but also, for example, there's about 2.5 grand's worth of sofas, which I've already got buyers for, so we don't even need to, you know, photograph and put them on the website. They'll just go straight out for delivery. So I think the old loads usually, they'd range from about 15 to 20 grand. However, that was slightly more heavy on the sofas, whereas this load's more dining furniture. They've come to us pre-built. I wanted them pre-built to us because it saves us hours in assembling them. So we're just hoping that's not going to make any difference to the quality of the items, but from what I can see, dining tables look absolutely fine when they've come in.
How much does this load cost?
Came to about 12, 13 grand plus that. So, you know, it's not horrendous. It's still quite a lot of money for us to be partaking with after only 7 days, but I'm pretty certain I can probably recover 6, 7, maybe even 8 grand by the time we've got to pay the invoice a week from today. We unloaded the Furniture Village lorry this morning. Current COO / warehouse manager / stepping in on pretty much everything. Siobhan is helping me out. I've just put together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the sets at the moment. I've still got 2 more still left to build, but we're just going through them with fine detail, checking that there's no issues with them, just doing a little quality check really, and then figuring out our invoice, which is the difficulty we're having at the moment because we can't figure out what anything is. So it's going to be a lot of going on the Furniture Village website and looking at their dining sets, figuring out what these are all called.
Last week we were doing upstairs, myself and Cirrus, and we've now finished that. So that's done, the perimeter's in, we've done the perimeter tiles and cut them to shape. We're just waiting for our electrician to come now on Tuesday and he should install a light. Once that's done, the other tiles, it should be just a simple slot them in job. Upstairs will be done. Still needs clearing out, we still need to get a skip to make sure that it's fully finished. And we need to really sort what we're going to do with the floor, because where the walls were, there's some like grooves where there's no carpet and it's drilled straight into the concrete, so we need to decide if we want to either recarpet or to keep it tiled and concrete. But the next project is downstairs. So this big room we see here, we're gonna also suspended ceiling this so it matches the rest of the showroom. It also means we can get higher quality LED lights lower to the sofas, which give the customers a better, you know, perception of colour, the material, comfort, and the quality, so they can really experience it for themselves under good lighting. So we started off by putting the perimeter in. I've started off with the wooden outsides. That's going to need doubling up on that side due to the amount of cables. It's been quite tricky deciding how high to have the roof. Well, obviously we're limited to where we can have it due to the shutter over here, the fuse boxes. We've got drain pipes over here and security cameras that we need to make sure are out and obviously can still be used whilst the roof is up. Yeah, we're cracking on with it. It's a bit more tricky downstairs because we're still open. We can't really afford to close the showroom.
Just had a package arrive from China today. I was a bit curious about what's inside, but it turns out it's a few samples from the mattress bags that we've ordered. These are bags that are essentially going to go over the mattresses that we receive and start selling once the upstairs is ready. So they come on normal mattresses, but they come factory made, because like a typical mattress retailer like Dreams, for example, they put a few display mattresses in the showroom without packaging, and then when you buy one, they just ship you one straight from their warehouse in the packaging that comes from the factory. With us, we're going to be receiving outlet stocks of cancelled orders, etc., from these brands, but to check the condition, which we do with anything that arrives, we're going to have to unwrap them, make sure they're all clean, no holes, etc. So if we display them upstairs in our showroom without any packaging on, because people are buying that exact mattress that they try, it could get dirty, people's feet will get on it, etc. So we're going to have to keep them in packaging, but to do that, we've got to use our own. So we've had these made in China alongside our mattress racks. So James sourced these when he went out on his trip. He went to look at the factory. We sent over our design. So it's basically, you can see the logo, and then obviously it says the size of the mattress here, which is quite important for people. And it's also importantly got the dimensions of the mattress. You want to make sure in the warehouse that people put in the right bags and the right mattresses. If they're in doubt as to whether it's a double versus a king, they can get the tape measure out quickly and check the dimension on the bag. They can't mess it up. It's just double fail safe to try and prevent human error where we can. Last night our electricians were here and they started putting the new LED panels in our upstairs suspended ceiling. So you can see here the first few rows of LED panels have gone in. They've got to finish off the rest, the other half this evening, and then we should have lighting up here, which would be nice. We've then also got to finish putting the panels and the insulation above, and then after that it's a job of cleaning up the floors, painting the walls, and then starting to get bedroom furniture in here. So not too far away upstairs, but it's just a matter of finishing off the electrics tonight. Hopefully they don't run into any further issues. Let's go downstairs and see how Sirius and Wesley are getting on installing our new downstairs suspended ceiling. Come on. Last 2 days, Wesley's been working on his own. He's been installing the perimeter of the suspended ceiling. It's been quite a slow and arduous task on his own. As you can see here, it has caused a lot of disruption to day-to-day sales, like customers can't walk through here now, which is having an impact. Sales are low in this area because people simply don't want to come in because it looks like a construction zone, which is frustrating, but hopefully it should all be done this week. Obviously, Sirius has now come in for the rest of the week. He did have the first 2 days. He was on strike, but he's come in today. Friday's the end date, really, for this. We can't really face much more disruption on the weekend, which is our busiest sales period in this area, so we need the suspended ceiling up by the end of this week, and then next week they'll put the new lights in this area here. Strike action yesterday, first in Joseph James history. What are your thoughts? What's your reason?
Me and Wesley doing a lot of dog work upstairs last week. 9-hour, 10-hour shifts every single day. And then at the end of the day, Pullen comes in. He says, "Job well done boys." A bit of motivation there for me and Wesley to work on. You come upstairs and it's, "Oh, you've done nothing today." Your neutral yardage was the phrase you used. You also say now you need to come in more than you need me. So I was like, well, I'll prove a point. So I won't come in and see how it all crumbles, and it did for the last 2 days.
So you're happy working now that conditions are better?
Oh yeah, once the pay rise, it should have all been implemented, but then I have to discuss with your business partner, right. Mr. James Pullen. So
seems like there's some behind the scenes negotiations going on that I'm not aware of.
I've told you.
We don't give in to strike action.
Well, you have. You've given it. You've given it.
Unionisation will be eradicated at every point. So we've decided to implement a group bonus structure here for the sales team. So it's not about how many sofas you sell individually, it's about how many sofas you sell as a showroom team. So it helps in some cases if someone's not performing well, then also we're going to hear about it from the rest of the team because they feel like they're not helping them hit their bonuses. It also means that people don't try and take credit for sales, because it doesn't matter who makes the sale, it just matters what happens that the sale's made.
So just arrived at Pete's in Eccles. He's just had a DFS container in this morning. I'm going to pick a couple of things for the showroom. Sold loads of stock this week, so I just need to refill the showroom a little bit, get a little bit more stock in. So let's go and see what he's got. Is that a lift and rise? The brown leather? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. 3 frees, 2 chairs, 1, 2, Foster free electric. I love that.
Come in.
You alright, mate?
Oh, that's it. And tell me what happened yesterday. I heard there were some slow deliveries.
Slow deliveries?
Yeah.
It was just a bit hard yesterday. We had to take a window out of one of them. And the next one we had to take all the doors off, basically, just to fit it in.
What sofa was that?
I don't know what style it was, just a big sofa, wasn't it?
You had to take the doors off?
I had to take the doors off, yeah.
Multiple doors?
2 doors, yeah.
outside?
Inside.
2 inside?
14 floor flat.
Carry it all the way up?
No, lift,
So,
luckily.
you know we've got some interviews on Monday,
Yeah.
so hopefully have some new people. We're going to do a trial shift this time, so obviously we get a lot of people who do a day, find it too hard and quit, and then it's a nightmare, you've got to pay them for 1 day. So we're going to do a trial shift. People work it, and you know, if they want to stay, and we want them to stay after that day, they get paid for it. If not, then they don't.
Westy and Sirius are cracking on with the suspended ceiling downstairs at the moment. They got in for about 12 today. They are going to be working until midnight to try and get it finished. Obviously, we're hoping that we're going to be busy on the weekend, and we want to make sure we've got full use of this room, especially because this is where all the recliners are. Now, they're having to move all the sofas around as they do the ceiling, so it's not ideal, but they're making it work. So about 60% finished, so hopefully they'll have it done by 12 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, they're going to be here till morning.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoy the content. Please like, subscribe and comment any questions you've got down below. Next week we do a bunch of recruitment in the warehouse. We have plenty of interviews going on. We also have a big issue with one of our deliveries that has to go through a window. And finally, we complete the installation of our upstairs ceiling in the showroom. Testing audio, testing, ready? And nice bit of branding too. Nice bit of branding too. You can see the low ceiling is going in the ceiling is going in the. Oh!
Let's crack up.
I don't like that.